Welcome to Channel AMAC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested in migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now this morning I had attended the Migration Queensland's webinar in regards to some updates that's coming up. Despite that the website of the Migration Queensland hasn't really been updated yet. I don't know why they do that. They should have that announced and updated at the same time. Well, they usually do that on Friday and then they update it over the weekend. So on Monday when people get access to it, it's all the new information. However, the webinar is held for the agents solely, so it's not open public. Anyway, give you some hints and updates. It would be good. Now, I won't spend too much time on this, all the crap anyway, but I just don't like the public, how the public servant has been treating the way that it's just not a perfect world. Anyway, let's jump in there and have a look at the I've cropped some of the slides that they had. They basically say they are still about half of the quota left. Now they are about 1,200 quota required for all the applicants. Although they said it's about 39%, but there's only they already sent out some invitation. Don't know why Queensland has, well, the previous Queensland government is governed by the Labor Party. They just taken a lot of quota out. So Queensland is not really a skilled migrants preferred state because the quota is just so less in compared to Victoria and New South Wales, and also compared to South Australia and Western Australia. Queensland only provide a few, not compared to all the others. 1,200 is not really good for, you know, a big state like Queensland, especially the Olympic Brisbane 2032. So don't know why. Anyway, it's all open now continually, and it's also they are available for offshore energy worker. They are looking for energy workers and also construction industry as well. There's some changes, so you can see that down there. Is it what happened? Oops. Oh, here we go. It says competent English only now. Now that's a big change because previously it required proficient IELTS 7. Now they drop it down to competent. I think just, you know, people are losing interest in Queensland because first of all the quota is so less. Secondly, they want people in the high rank type of people, so people rather go to New South Wales, Victoria, or other states. So now they had dropped the English requirement. Let's just have a little review. Despite that the update hasn't really been done on the actual website yet. So if you go to the Migration Queensland website, you will see skilled workers in Queensland. Now I've done a specific video on this one. You might want to jump into that video just to check all the detail that I have shared with everybody. So for subclass 190, they have stressed that 190 they have lesser quota. So if you receive an invitation for 491, just accept it. Now they talked about that, but look, for client point of view, obviously people would prefer 190 rather than 491, because you get permanent residency straight away. Why on earth I wanted to get a 491? First of all, the processing time is long, and then you got to wait for another 3 years to transfer into 191. Why not just get a employment sponsor visa 482, which you only require 2 years to transfer to permanent residency? But anyway, if you follow my channel long enough, I've complained all about this stupidity of the government sector anyhow. So there's a skill occupation list you need to follow. Now you can see it's on the website still say proficient English, but now they will drop that down to competent, and all the other one with the work experiences is the same, requires the same as there as well. So again, the commitment for 190 is only 2 years living in Queensland. Now commitment for 491 is 3 years. So it's just doesn't stack up. They should have given more incentive for people going to regional. What I mean is they should incentivize for candidate or applicant going to regional rather than incentivizing people getting a permanent resident in the city. If they get incentivized in the city and they get incentivized in 190, why on earth I'll choose 491, right? Anyway, that's just for that one there. And then the other one is the graduates. So again, graduate for Queensland is, I think, just too hard, because other states basically say you don't have to have 100% study in Queensland, but in Queensland they want you to have complete all your higher education degree in Queensland, which a lot of people won't meet the requirement. Again, they require proficient English. Now they will drop that down to competent English. All right, so that's on the only changes. And the skilled worker outside Australia, again, they used to require proficient English. They now notice that if they want construction workers, even though if they were born in UK or USA or Ireland or New Zealand, they probably won't pass the IELTS 7 proficient. So they have dropped that down to competent. So that's good. Now they also mentioned about the small business owner in regional Queensland. That's still open, but look, I don't really like to promote this pathway, because you need to have business. Look at this. You need to have pathway one. You need to have business purchased and spend $100,000, and then run it for how long? For I think a year or something, and then you'll be able to transfer that into to get a 491 visa, and then you work for another 3 years. And the pathway 2 is startup business. You gotta have a turnover of 200,000. Now look, I'm not against business or entrepreneurship, but having a business or entrepreneurship connected to a particular visa, usually, because anything connected to visa like that, investment wise or business wise, the likelihood of success is actually quite low. The best scenario is you make balance, that means you make $0, but you don't lose any money too. But why on earth you do that for? Because being a business owner, it's a huge burden and responsibility and obligation. So you really need to think twice on choosing SBO. Okay? They still promote it, but it's not my tale, because I don't like to promote something and then people jump into the queue and they fail. Now, if they skill migration, if they fail, they lose nothing. But if they fail in business, they lost $100,000, probably more. So that's a huge amount. So that's something that I don't really intend to promote. But you certainly can consider, but you really need to think twice. Okay, now last but not least, they also talk about the national innovation visa. Just to let you guys know, Migration Queensland will be considering, so it's not open yet, they will be considering nomination, and those nominations are required to be signed off by the commissioner of TIQ all around the world, so whichever the region that you're in. And the big thing that I want to mention is that they talk about the HA, that's the Home Affairs, will extend invitation to candidate in any sector unapproved Form 1000. Now that's the big differences between NIV and GTI previously. GTI will focus on all those prioritized sectors, so that will be in tier 3 and 4 of NIV. That's all the critical technology and things like that. But it says in any sector now. That means it can be anything. However, you will still require to demonstrate that you have the innovative entrepreneurship, and also some of the awards and things like that. That's extensive, rather than just a normal somebody have cash by the side. So that's a good part. That means this will actually get involved into a lot of these candidates that used to be lodging 1AA visa, BIP. Now they could utilize the Migration Queensland by nominated by the state of Queensland and assigned Form 1000 in order to actually get that visa actually be lost. So that's a good part. That's something that I think a more fruition and good thing, good sign for Queensland there. So anyway, I think there's going to be a lot more updates on the National Innovation Visa for the state of Queensland. Once that's out, I will have another individual independent video just to explain that one there. Anyway, should you have more question query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.